speaks to the rules that govern campus public safety officers. And when I say that, I am not talking about campus police. Legally, that is a different category. Under Oregon law now, universities have the ability, if they so choose, to have actual police on campus who go through the Department of Public Safety Standards and Training. This is a different category. This is campus public safety officers. This bill will speak to the powers they have, the uniforms they wear, and the vehicles they use. But before we get into any real description of the contents of the bill, I want to introduce the reason for the bill. And I will caution you, even for a Criminal Justice Policy Commission, this is not an easy story to hear. And with that, I will turn it over to Jamie and Crystal Sawyer.
Chair Pozansky, Chair Barker, and members of the committee. My name is Crystal Sawyer. I am Kaylee Sawyer's stepmom. I'm here to speak about Kaylee's Law. I've known Kaylee for 16 years of her life and was her stepmom for 14 of those years. Not just her stepmom, but she was in our home full time. I spent a lot of time with this beautiful young lady. I've supported her and loved her for 16 years. I want to share a bit about Kaylee's personality. She was bold and fierce with strong opinions, and she would have made an amazing lawyer. She was kind and loving and adored her father, who took amazing care of her. She loved her silly brothers, who are now 12 and 15. She loved her family with all the dynamic personalities and flaws. She had a way to look through them and see who you really were. She was very determined in what she wanted to do from a young age. She wanted to become a brain surgeon, and when her uncles would tell her how many years of school she would have to have, she would reply, "What, you don't think I can do that? Watch me." It's that kind of personality, strong and bold, that gave her the drive to be successful in whatever she decided to do in her life. I share this with you because since I can remember, Kaylee always wanted to go to college to better herself and become successful. Her downfall, she trusted too many people and thought nobody would hurt this 5'2" tall, 100-pound, beautiful blonde lady. And who, of all people, not only to hurt her, but ultimately murdered her, was none other than a college campus security guard who was supposed to keep her safe. I will not go into detail of this crime as her father, my husband, will share that. But I will touch on some key facts that played a huge role in Kaylee losing her fighting chance. At the age of 23, Kaylee was walking down the sidewalk on a college campus as the campus employee put her in his college-issued patrol SUV, which had a cage like the ones used to restrain criminals and internal locks so Kaylee could not escape. Once he had her in his control, he started to proposition her for sex. Kaylee began to scream for help and kept on screaming for anyone to step in and be her hero. Here's my strong-willed girl fighting for her life in this instant in a patrol car, locked in a cage with nobody here to hear her, alone with an employee of this college. The security guard of this college got in a position of guarding our most valued treasures, the life of our children. Without specific protocols of the simple psychological exam or the ability to share a test should be an absolute protocol. It will help rule out a person who could potentially be a sociopath and who should not be allowed to protect our kids. The murderer who committed this crime was not on a specific route and was not being watched or monitored, which also allowed him to commit this horrendous crime. I believe with some pretty simple changes to patrolling vehicles and their patrol attire, cameras, and a GPS on the car themselves, knowing what routes to take allows us to know if an employee is taking too long or has gone somewhere they have no reason to go. There are many protocols listed in this proposed bill that we truly believe would have kept Kaylee safe. I believe that these changes will happen, and it will keep the future generations safer than they already are today, and quite possibly see crime rates go down on Oregon college campuses. I wanted to give you a taste of something that is so vastly important today, and I want you to think of Kaylee as if she was your daughter, your niece, or even your stepdaughter. As we go forward with this bill, I want you to picture Jamie and I as we continue to fight for our girl. It's too late for Kaylee now. She lost her fight. But I ask you to be her hero that she was looking for and to be the hero for the future with these changes. I'm going to leave you with this, the very last Mother's Day card that Kaylee handmade me on May 8th, 2016, 2 months before her murder. I will continue to support Kaylee even in her death with the changes in campus security programs and laws until there are no more changes to be made for you, my Kaylee girl. It says, Happy Mother's Day, Crystal. You have been one of my biggest supporters since day one. It has taken me a good 14 years of my life to come to that conclusion, yet never once have you faltered in your love for me. I am so thankful that I have you in my life. I am so thankful that you have given me two of the smartest, silliest, most adorable little brothers a big sister could ever ask for. I am so thankful you've supplied my dad with the love and happiness only a woman like you could provide. We have fought like siblings, and at times my attitude would be enough to make a lot of people run out the door screaming. However, I am glad those days are past, and I couldn't be more excited for the friendship that will develop between us in the years to come. I idolize you and appreciate you more than you will ever understand. Thank you for signing up to be my mom. I love you endlessly. Love me.